Also
Well,
recording now, by the way.
okay. So, let's see. I started in season 3, but I quit after season 4. I kind of plateaued out at like low diamond, but I jungled back then, so I kind of have an idea of like macro movements around the map. But my laning and especially CSing, you're going to see some really bad CSing. Is pretty weak. I know you can't do anything about the CSing, but like general like how to trade in lane, especially if I don't have a support that's you know, I guess active. Um, those are my I think primary weaknesses.
Okay, okay, I see. Also, this is some interesting stats that I'm looking at here. This is Lolwiz that I hear about a
Yeah.
lot? Nice, nice. Yeah, this is wow. This is a wowza. Interesting, interesting. So you're at Plat 5 right now? Is it?
Yeah, but this is like Plat 2 MMR.
Oh, okay, okay. Nice, nice. All right, so you got like Blitzcrank and Zaya versus Tristana and Janna. All right, so you pretty much lose this matchup. Why?
Because Janna can't. I mean, trade. So if Blitz makes a hook on either of us like that,
Yeah, exactly.
they have
Literally
no
nothing
pressure.
you can do. So, okay, this is a nice trade. Interesting, interesting. So, what is your game plan? What should your like thought process be going into this laning phase? Like, how are you trying to play this out, right? Like you might say, hey, we should keep it towards outside of the lane because you're afraid of blitz hooks and stuff. But playing Tristana, I can't exactly freeze, right? So, what are you thinking when you start this lane up?
I'm thinking don't get hooked, don't die. We have a TF, so presumably he's going to look to gank down bot at level 6. So if I can not die, not make them stronger, then at that point we'll have a chance to do something.
So one of the things you can do when you have this kind of awful matchup, right? When you have something like a Blitzcrank versus Janna, and you're like, what is this shit? And you pick Tristana or like Ezreal, what can you do to counter, Blitzcrank?
Oh, I can W if he hooks me.
Right, exactly. Now, how can you make it so he only goes for you, not Janna? Right?
Oh, I can bait him, play up.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So, the goal of this lane is not necessarily, just like try and survive. It's make sure that you can outplay the both of them by baiting out his hook every time and then using your jump every time,
Okay.
so that Janna never gets fucked. You know what I mean? Like you can, if he gets hooked, there's like nothing you can do. You just guys just lose. So you should try to bait out as many hooks as possible, right? Like if you give him an opening, he's gonna go for it, right? He's gonna
Yeah.
try at least once, and once is all you need in lane, right? If he doesn't
Right.
throw any hooks, then you guys are happy. And if he throws out any amount of hooks at you, you're happy still because you're gonna W it, right? So this is actually really good because you recognize that he has no hook. You just jump on his ass, and then you guys can't lose. But kind of awkward exhaust by Janna. You already got what you wanted. So you see Gragas is down here. This is definitely an easy gank. And trading is really good, right? Because you have Janna. If you have shield and he misses hook, obviously trading is really good. Okay, this is pretty free. Wow. Okay, people are. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. It's free. Good. 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 Nice. Good follow up. So far, I would say, so far so good in the landing phase, right? So since you're like Janna and Tristana, and beforehand we said you want to bait out as many blitz hooks as possible. That means you can play up, right? As long as you don't get snared into a blitz hook. Your goal should be to shove them in under tower, and when Blitzcrank comes in for the gank, you W his hook, right? And can you think of any way that your Wing his hook can get countered?
If I get rooted or if he gets me in a position where he can knock me up or silence me.
Exactly, exactly, right? If he flash fists you and hooks you, you can't get out of that. So, as long as you're out of flash fist range and out of flash fear range, you can't die, right? So, okay, so jungle. This guy's name is Jungle Fiddle. Nice. So here, if teammate pings go, I think it should help, right? Because it should be pretty free. Well, actually, yeah. This Blitzcrank is super extended, right? So if you had slowed him over the wall, I think you guys could have gotten him, right?
Okay.
Even though there's a lot of CS, it's like very debatable, right? How much can you actually do something here versus this is all CS that you can get. So I think that since he's chasing, you can do it, but honestly, it's not too bad that you don't go for it, right? Because you know he has flash, right? So,
Yeah.
still probably not guaranteed. So I mean, staying for the farm is fine. But whenever something's happening, and you can change the game, you should try and change the game, right? Because CSing is good for when nothing happens, right? Nothing happens, you get high CS, you can change the game through your items. But if an opportunity arises to impact the game before that, like kind of CS mentality, kind of like CS resource, like win condition comes into play, you should take it, right? So this is kind of what I'm talking about here. If this is a 3v4, you should absolutely take this. But so you go to help, this is good. Jenna got hooked, you guys Saber, that's good, good. Everything's good. You should push out bot now, right? Oh, what's going on here? Wait, what the hell? Okay, so you don't know where Fiddle is. Everyone has to run. This is fine. So Janna has the back, right? Presumably.
Yeah, she keeps canceling it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, did
I don't
I do
know.
something to bait her? Or
No. She's just being weird. I mean, this is. It's not the end of the world. Like they can't kill you, right? They can't dive you. Maybe you should tell her to back or something. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. Playing with fire is that's what she's doing. So yeah, you can't really do anything because it's 1v2 right now. Farming with Tristana is hard, right? Ooh, nice. Wow, you got all three. Clean. But yeah, so game plan does not change. Now, does this game plan of pushing them in, shoving them in, trading with Janna's shield, baiting Blitz hook change at level 6?
We have more kill pressure. Xayah can cancel a lot of stuff that we want to do to her with her ulti, and Blitzcrank has silence, so it's more dangerous.
Exactly. You said everything correctly, right? So basically, you guys get more tools available to you, but then Blitzcrank has his silence to maybe stop your kind of push all day for free because you know you can W his hook. So now instead of having to be out of flash fist range when a gank is coming, it's flash silence range, right? So pushing him in is great. I don't know what that needle was, but so here you can be happy to hit him. This Janna is about to get rooted. Holy shit. Yeah, you always want to be so if you know that your plan is to W his hook, you can play up, right? You can hit him. You can hit him right now, right? You can punish here, right?
Okay.
And the reason why we know this is because he can't stop you, right? How does he stop you?
Yeah, I mean he could flash in and knock me up or silence me.
Okay. So if he flashes in,
okay.
Thing is, yeah, right. You guys have advantage, right? You have 4 minions. If he flashes in, he can't escape, right? So a slow is deadly to him, and if they don't kill you on the flash, you win. And they have no ignite, and Xayah has no feathers, so he can't actually flash in on you because we saw Fiddle top or something, right? Didn't we see some shit going on top? Did we see Fiddle top? Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, he was top.
Well, this is after the fact, actually. Wait, let me see. I feel like I saw. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you have to be scared of Fiddle here. But even so, you can hit him and stay at a flash fist range still, right? So, it's definitely doable. Oh yeah, you see Fiddle mid here. Yeah. But always look for these kind of opportunities to punish, right? Because let's just say, for example, you got the punish off here and he misplays it, right? You're basically giving him opportunities to make mistakes, right? So you hit him here and he walks forward, you throw a bomb on him, he loses all his HP. What happens next?
He has to back.
Right? Okay, so if he has to back, what can you guys do off that back? Right?
Take tower damage, deep ward, jungle, take dragon, kill Xayah.
Exactly. Lots of opportunities, right? So any kind of advantage you can find, you should look for it. As long as you prevent yourself from falling into the lose condition, right? What we talked about was flash fist hook into a gank, right? If there's no gank, you can't die. So it has to be specific gank. Then you should play fearlessly, right? So here you should be trying to block for Janna too as well, because you know she could be boosted, get hit by that shit, and then you're sad. So if you can like what's it called? If you have like an answer to everything they can do, don't be afraid, right? That's how you like get an advantage. Because they'll do something stupid like this, walk up. This is a mistake, right? So if you can punish, then there are a lot of options, right? Push in, stay in this bush, Xayah can't farm. Push in, go where their jungle, you know where their gank's coming. Push in, go gank mid. Push in, start dragon. There's a lot of things that can happen. Although Gragas did die, so maybe less options in this specific case. But in general, finding HP advantage is really strong, right? So you can hit him here, right? You can hit him here. If you can go for damage, do it, right? HP advantage matters more than CS in the lane phase. And the reason why is because if the side is too low, they can't fight, right? Does that make sense? Like if these guys have like too low HP and they try and go for a gank, you ult him, he dies, then he's like, it doesn't work, right? So if you can hit them, right? Don't worry about the CS, right? So if he's in auto attack range, hit him. And the hard part about this is you need to right click him and prepare your W, right? That's the hard part, because you know he's gonna try and hook you when you auto attack him. So you want him to hook you. What you're doing basically is you're forcing him into a lose-lose situation, right? So he gets hit and runs away, that's a lose. Or he goes for a hook and you counter it, that's also a lose because he got hit, right? So if you hit him, that's a lose-lose situation for him. Oh wow, okay. Especially if he does something like that. If he does something like that, you just jump in, unless he's trying to bait you into a gank or something, right? If he does something like that, right? If they throw away their win condition, so to speak, you can't lose. So you jump in here, right?
Okay.
Even if Fiddle's here, he can't do anything, right? So the big thing to note in this kind of play, you're doing good, right? You haven't thrown. You have a, I guess, kind of reasonable amount of CS. I guess compared to her, I haven't seen the scoreboard, but hopefully it's reasonable compared to her, right? You have a kill. But a lot about League is finding kind of opportunities that present itself very often, like this, right? He hooks the wrong person. You guys go for Xayah. This is correct, right? So this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is like very clean, right? This is really good. Now, as long as you heal her, everyone wins. Oh, this is kind of awkward. You still win this though, because she flashed forward or something. I don't know. I hope you win this. Okay, let's back it up. Okay, this is really clean, right? Okay, let's find what happened here.
She R'd the E and then flashed my jump, and then I thought I killed her, or would kill her with the ult. But...
I guess the ultimate you could say was you hold on to it until you know for sure, right?
Yeah.
She's walking away, so TF's gonna have to clean this up, but you guys might die to Zed, so it's kind of awkward. You can't get this guy because you have no mana. You have to help your TF, or he's gonna be very sad. Okay, nice. Clean. Okay, not the worst. Okay, no, this is fine. I have no faults with this. Just make sure that when you ult someone, it kills them, right? Because that's a tilter.
Yeah.
Especially for your team. Okay, so you guys go for the tower. This is fine. So what's the plan after you get the tower, right? We always have to think next step. So what do you think you should be doing after you get this tower? What are some options you can take?
Dragon, jungle vision. Looks like they're gonna take top, but we could rotate mid because I mean Zed's gonna be back, but.
Oh, this is awkward. Oh, this is oh Jesus. All right, so I guess you guys just couldn't take the tower, right? Because Fiddle's right there. So if something bad can happen, if something can go wrong, it will go wrong, right? So this is kind of awkward, but maybe you guys should have backed, right? And the reason why we know you guys should have backed is because how long did this fight take? Super long, right? So you guys killed Xayah, but then you had to deal with Zed, and Xayah's respawning. She's walking back to lane. I don't know. It's kind of awkward to go for the tower, right? When Fiddle's there. But I don't think you need me to tell that. But anyways, like you said, right? After you take this tower, you want jungle vision, you want dragon, you want to rotate, you want to do something, right? So you'd have to back and then run straight into dragon, or back and go straight top. Those are the cookie cutter strategies, right? Back and then go straight to dragon, back and go straight top. Or you can back and then get lane priority and then go to one of these. So I want to say the death is catastrophic, but it's just unfortunate. So you can get the tower on this wave or the next wave, or okay, never mind. Your Janet's top. So your goal here is just push this out and then see what you can do, because Janet's finding an advantage. Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So you know that you can't get away unless you W his hook. So you just can't W no matter what, right? So what should you have done here?
Well, I should have backed off sooner and respected them not showing on the map. But I mean, my fear was that he was gonna knock me up and then silence me and then root, and then I wouldn't be able to get away because he wouldn't have to use his hook. So
how do you prevent that kind of stuff? How do you prevent like the knockup and the silence? Like how do you get him away from you?
Oh, my ult.
Yeah, exactly, right? So instead of usually jumping and ulting is the best way to get away. But when they have some kind of like they're getting in range to use their CC on you, you ult first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, this is like, you know, they did dragon, right? And you know Janna's roaming. So the mindset should be, I'm gonna push and let Janna find an advantage on the other side of the map because she's not with you. So you can't get the tower. You really can't do anything. So you're just pushing as much as you can, and then when they come for you, you leave, right? That's the mindset. So these minions don't matter, right? These 2 minions, it's not gonna change the game. So it's just gonna get you baited, right? So you shouldn't even have to ult here. So when you see Blitz, your mindset should be, you shouldn't be looking at the minions, right? You should be looking up here and say, the instant I see Blitz running at me, I walk back to tower, right? And then since Blitz is down here, Jen is like warding for TF and stuff. So you guys are getting something out of this. But wow, wait, holy shit, you got away.
Yeah, it was all calculated.
No way. Oh my god. If Xayah had ulted your ult, that would have been catastrophic. But okay. Whew. Wow, that was a clencher. Nice. Well, that was the great escape. But yeah. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
You always have to what's it called? Be prepared, right? That's like really the story of this game so far, right? Be prepared, right? If you are prepared for Blitz hook, you'll never get hit, right? If you're always prepared for Blitz coming out of this bush, you're never gonna have to think about using your ult. Same thing with going for tower damage, right? If you think you want to hit this tower, you have to be prepared for a gank, right? Who's the ganker? Fiddle. Fiddle's really strong, even if they have man disadvantage. What's going on the other side of the map? Okay, this has nothing to do with you. You're just pushing bot. You're gonna get this tower. You can't do anything because they have mid control. That's fine. So this situation still hasn't changed, right? So you can, if you know he has no flash, you can theoretically fight this, right? So shouldn't be afraid. Remember, you don't have to be afraid if you have accounted for all the enemy's win conditions, right? If you have accounted for, like, look at that, right? If you have accounted for everything they can do, no need to be afraid, right? And that's like how you kind of learn about what you need to be afraid of, right? When you die to it, you're like, oh, okay, I should have been afraid of that. But then if you have an answer to it, then there's no need to be afraid, right? So you should be like up here hitting him. So I guess for the lane phase, we can say remember the rule that HP advantage matters the most. If you can hit them, right? If you can hit them and win the trade, you hit them, right? Like here, if you can hit them, you hit them.
So you would be, because Zed's missing right now.
So if we look at the map, right? Mm-hmm. He's missing from mid. But did he walk through this ward? No. So if he's roaming from mid, where would he walk through? Would he walk through the river, or would he just walk through his bot? Red. Yeah. They're never gonna walk through red, right? That takes way too long. It's never gonna work. So they're gonna run through the river, and if he's not through the river, then you know he's not coming, right? The next thing you can, so there are like 3 paths you can take. You can push and go into your jungle into here. You guys have that worded. You can push and go through his mid bush. That's worded. And you can push and kind of snake the long way around, right? But what happens if he does that? TF is gonna ult, right? TF is gonna push and then ult, and he's gonna lose out anyways. So there's nothing you can do. So yeah, that's like being afraid of when they like go missing is good, but you should also recognize that it takes time for the ganker to get here, right? And you have an immediate presence in Gragas. So and plus, even if Zed's here, how do you die? You only die if you get hooked, right? Because if Zed ults you, you ult him and you walk away, right? So it's still kind of the same setup, right? What is gonna screw you over? Okay, Xayah throws a million feathers with her ultimate ease. Okay, you're not gonna fall for that, right? Because I saw you flash out of that, and you already know not to just like randomly chase her. Okay, blitz hook. As long as you can W his hook, you're good to go. And then Zed ult, if he's here, let's say he was like right here. Zed ult, okay, if you walk back and you ult him, you're good to go, right? So if everything's accounted for, no need to be afraid. As long as you don't waste your W and your ultimate, you can't lose, right? So he wastes his win condition, he can't win. He's gonna flash. Gragas should ult his ultimate. He's gonna. Oh wow, that was a hot play by Janna. But what's going on here? Let's watch this. Okay, Gragas has no ultimate. It's kind of awkward. So yeah, this is super awkward. Everyone's going for different targets.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch this again. So you want to like go for blitz? Okay, this is just kind of awkward. You can't really fault you for this, right? Everyone is just hitting different things. So the next thing to do, the next best thing you do is like ping a target, but you shouldn't have to do that, right? So I wouldn't worry about this. This is fine because you got what you wanted, right? You got the HP advantage. So now you're gonna take the tower, right? Supposedly, you got the cooldowns, you got the HP advantage. This is really good, right? This is really good, right? How do we know this is really good? Right here. just like hitting him like this? How do we know that's really good?
I mean, stops him from backing. I got his passive, and I baited the hook out.
Right? You can't stop you. You have your W.
Yeah.
If you have your W, you can't stop you. Right? This is what we're aiming for in this whole laning phase. Right? This kind of situation where there's nothing they can do. Right? So that's actually so clean that he has no hook. He has zero value in this fight that's coming up right now. Right? So you guys are gonna get this tower. Don't worry. You can also kill this guy, which is what you're about to do. So yeah, exactly. So basically, you doing that netted you an advantage, and then he stayed like an idiot, and then you killed him, right? So punish, really good punish. Okay, there's no way this guy can kill you. What is he doing? All right, looks like you're just gonna kill everyone. Okay, good follow up, good escape, good follow up. This guy's dead, right? Maybe. Gragas has blue buff, so I think he has his abilities. But yeah, after this, you back and you go where?
Mid.
This is kind of greedy, right? How do we know this is greedy?
How do we know? Sorry.
How do we know this is like overstaying greedy?
Well, I mean, Janna died, but I mean, Fiddle's showing in the jungle at Raptors, so I mean, he could come down.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way to get this second wave, right? So
yeah,
we know it's an overstay. This is good. It's good that you back. It's good that you back. So running straight mid. Something's going on over there. Okay, can you help this? No. Okay,
no.
So you push mid. There's literally nothing you can do over there. Okay, you get tower. Very good, very good. He can't really stop you. It's just 1v1. You push another wave, maybe. I think you can push another wave.
TF's coming mid. I'm letting him, I think.
So, basically, as the AD carry, if you can just get another wave, you just get another wave, right? Because, like, I know this set, you're thinking that, TF is coming mid, so you should, maybe give him the farm. But if you take this wave, he's free to go to a different lane, right? So we can save time. Say, you're taking mid, Tryndamere going to be going bot, TF can immediately go top, right? And then you guys can secure Rift Herald. But if you, leave this wave for him mid, and you go to Rift now, there's, you can, go top and he goes mid, but they'll know that there's no one in mid, if that makes any sense, right? I don't know. It's called, basically, if you can push out a lane, you push out a lane, right? Especially in solo queue. Because, it's your... mid lane is important, but so is AD carry, right? You're the one who's scaling the hardest out of everyone in this game, except maybe Tryndamere. He can do whatever he wants, split push a lane, whatever. But if it's, between you and mid, don't hesitate to, take farm. Okay, so you guys want dragon, so you set up dragon. Okay, going top. Okay, maybe you guys can catch this guy. This is kind of risky if you didn't see Fiddle, right? Mm-hmm. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong, right?
Yeah.
Fiddle and Blitz is the kind of thing here. I guess this is a nice try, but realistically, you can't really do much, right? Realistically speaking. It's if someone wanted to go top, it'd be TF, right? Because you only have a slow. Okay, this guy's trying to prank you guys. So what is your mindset at this point in the game?
Well, I want to group and fight, but we have Tryndamere's holding Renekton pretty well, so I mean we can 4v4. Right now they're rotating, so we can make a pick, but I didn't really see way into that fight, so I want to create pressure on the map because with TF's global ultimate, he can make pick like this.
Oh, that's awkward.
And that I still don't even know. So I was trying to come up on the corner, but it threw me to that.
This
side.
This is a good try. I think TF should have waited. It's kind of how do I put this? Couldn't you have jumped to where he's going to, right?
Yeah,
okay,
I was trying.
So the what's it called? So when you're looking to fight, this is kind of one of those what is gonna happen in the next 2 seconds, right? what can he do to get away from this gank?
W ulti, yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's it, right? Assuming he has no flash. So if he can't walk to here in time, right? You got that covered, right? You're walking in, and if he walks in this way, you're gonna jump. Okay. So then your next step should be. I mean, honestly, actually, no. I just ignore what I said. I think this is fine, right? Because he's level 11. He can probably kill you if you don't play safe. This is fine, honestly. It was like a nice attempt to look for something. It just didn't work out. I think that's fine, right? You were looking for it because you had TF ult. Okay, what's going on here? Wait. Okay, let's watch this whole situation. So you're clearing bot. Something goes on mid. You go mid to help.
So this is something that actually happens a lot. Like, I want to keep my farm up, but it seems like if I ever even glance to a side lane, my team starts fighting. Like, the instant I leave, it's like they just start fighting.
So the reason why this happens is because your team is trying to push out mid, right? Okay, so let's watch this, right? I guarantee you they were mid trying to do something, right? So you two show bot. Two people show bot. The enemy thinks we can fight them. So your team, your TF tries to wave clear. Whoever's the mid laner, the jungle, they try and wave clear, and the enemy engages on them, right? Because they see two people bot. So this is when you come and help. Because if your team stalls out, right? If they stall out this fight, which is what they're doing, you're going to come in and clean up, right? So that's like the kind of basic premise behind this kind of strategy, right? It is correct to go for the side lane farm, right? You're the AD carry, you need to scale. Unless they have like 10 and 0 talent, you can't go bot or for whatever reason, right? 10-0 Z, whatever. You're going to clean up after your team, right? Because they got baited into chasing, right? That's okay, you win this because he can't get the root on you. Okay, that's super awkward.
Yeah.
This is just like the same thing, right? You don't need me to tell you this. It's just hold on to your ultimate until you know for sure. But even so, it turned out not bad. I think you're gonna die here though. It's kind of awkward. Run.
I used his
wow.
W. And he doesn't have
nice.
ult.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. You get away. Not bad, not bad. Right? So that's what happens, right? You got to kill. You're scaling AD carry. You got the side lane farm, and you got to kill. So that's like really good. That was a correct move, right? The only problem with that move is that Janna came with you, right? If she's worried about Zed, she should have been in the river so she can rotate to either side fast, right? But whatever this is good, right? This is just him throwing the game, right? That's nice. That's always nice. So you guys can Baron, right? Hopefully. Okay, well, going for it. Baron now is kind of late, but I think it's okay. Nice, you guys get it. Probably don't want to chase this. You guys just want to back. Oh, okay. Okay, if you guys think you can get it. I don't think you can get it, but this is fine. So, like, so far it's, like, pretty clean game, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah, I think it's pretty clean. Like, especially at this rank, right? Maybe like CSing could be better, but you already know that. The only problem so far is just like basic like save your ultimate kind of thing, right? So far I haven't really told you anything you don't really know. It's usually in League of Legends, it's not about like learning the one secret trick that no one else knows, right? That's how many millions of players play this game, right? A lot of people know a lot of what there is to know. It's just like reinforcing good habits, right? Even if you know something's the right move, you may not necessarily make it, right? Or recognize, right? So this is pretty. How is this game 42 minutes long? I don't understand.
Well, so what happens is like they don't really seem to want to group and finish it. And so we kind of like start going up to the side lanes, and then fights start happening, and I start split pushing because that's the only way I really see into ending the game.
Okay.
So just,
can you tell me what's wrong with this? Right here. This is a throw, right? Can you tell me what's wrong with this?
Trindamir's top.
Yes.
We don't see any of them, so
exactly,
Fiddle could be around the corner.
Okay, so this is the classic. Do not fight unless you see them. This goes especially for like any kind of engage. Malphite, Gnar, Zac, fucking Nautilus, TP, Fiddle, any of that crap. Thresh, Bard, any of that. Okay, any kind of engage, you don't fight unless you can see them, right? Because if you see them, you can see their animations. You can see where they're going. You can know their range. If you don't see them, you have to assume they're everywhere, right? Fiddle could be up here. He could be up in this mid tribe, but no one even knows. Actually, you see him right here, but it could be Zed, right? It could be anyone, but The biggest problem, not the vision, right? Sometimes you can get away with having no vision in solo queue. The biggest problem is that you guys aren't waiting for the Tryndamere if you push this up, right? So this is like super. There's no way to win this. Is what I'm trying to get at. There's no way that this is correct unless they like DC or like kill themselves or something, right? Because if they fight 4v5 right now, you guys should not be able to win this if it's 4v5, right? You're not that strong, right? There's always a way to throw a game, and this is how it's done, right? So if he forces because they see Tryndamere, you guys are gonna lose, unless they suicide, right? So it's exactly what happens, right? So it's not about mechanics or like anything. It's really about recognizing good and bad situations, right? So we recognize that this is a bad situation. Why? Because our split pusher is not yet ready to pressure, right? You need to wait for him to get the ball rolling, right? So some things you can do while you wait. You can sit in this bush. You can just push and back off. But if you're not ready, if you're not absolutely ready, don't start an objective, right? Don't hit towers. Don't try and steal buffs. Don't try and get dragon. Don't try and get baron, right? I've done this so many times that I've lost track, right? Everyone does this, right? Every AD carry, every jungle, it doesn't matter what role you're at. Everyone has done this before. They try and do something without like thinking about the checklist, right? Okay, can my team follow up? What can my team do after this? Do we see where they are? Can we actually win this, right? What do we need to do in order to win this? So if you want to siege this tower, what do you need to do in order to get a win off this? Tryndamere has to be at their tower right now, right? Have you seen the kind of Arc Seconds video or anyone's split pushing video about split pushing, right, on YouTube? Yeah. Do you know like where? Okay, so you know that if you guys are at the mid lane, right in the center, he should be up here, or the split pusher should be at the river, right? And then if you guys get to their tower, he should be at their tower. If you're at their inhibitor tower, he should be at their inhibitor tower, right? So you should always match your side lane, right? And the reason is because you know, if they go on you guys, he can come help, or he can take the tower, right, and keep pushing, right? But if they go on you guys now, he can't do anything. He can just kill minions. So this is the fact that you get the tower is kind of like lucky, but even the tower doesn't do anything, right? You guys getting this tower doesn't really mean much. Because losing a fight means a lot more at this stage, right? That's how they come back. Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Would that make sense? Yeah. So it's a lot of like solo queue is about making these decisions or spamming ping your teammates when you see these kind of scenarios. And then the enemy will not do that, right? The enemy will do what you just did, right? Not just the enemy, your teams will do that. Everyone will do that in solo queue. You will do it, I will do it. All we have to do is just try and do it less, right? So this is kind of like patience is better than like what's it called? Okay, this is the rule of if you
minimize your
hit
risk
objective,
rather than try to ounce out an investment or a return.
I guess, yeah. The best rule I come up with is what I tell people myself is every time I see an objective, I get triggered, right? Don't hit it. Don't hit it. Don't do it. Don't start it. Unless you are ready, right? Unless you have vision, unless it's 5v5, right? Unless you have some kind of clear advantage, you can't do it, right? Because it's just up in the air. Who wins? No one knows. That's not good, right? We always want to know that we win coming out of this. So I don't know what's going on. There's some kind of fiesta shit going on. You get red, and then you go top. This is good, right? You push top down. Okay, someone died, so all you can do is push another wave and then take their jungle camps and back, right? That's the only thing you can do. So okay, cool. Pushed it in. So you wait for your Tryndamere, right? This is good. Okay, you guys can catch this Zed. I approve. Maybe. Okay, nice. Easy. All you have to do is hit him. One thing I will note is don't use an ability when you can just auto attack, right? I think you know this, but if for example you're playing Caitlyn and then you try and Q him to last hit, right? When you can just auto attack and he flashes it and kills you, that's like kind of where that kind of sentiment comes from. Don't use an ability when auto attacks would do. Okay, that's kind of awkward. You're at the stage where you can no longer easily, you know, counter the hook for your Janna because of that, the fiddle, right? So you guys kill this guy. Is nice. Is there anything you could have done for the fiddle?
Well, I could have QSS sooner, and I should have flashed instead of trying to W to save my flash.
Right. So if what's it called? If you knew he was coming, easily be able to QSS it, right? If I told you he's coming in 3, 2, 1, you would be able to do it, right?
Right.
So it's not a lack of mechanics. It's not a lack of reaction time. It's more about kind of prediction, you know? Like, the enemy is very predictable, right? If you're playing Fiddle and you see this scenario, what are you going to do? You're going to jump in for the AD carry. So while you're getting free hits, so to speak, right, there's no hook to worry about. So what I mean by free hits is you don't have to worry about them going on you, right? Jarvan uses his EQ combo and his ultimate on someone else, and you're just auto-attacking him. You don't have to worry about his EQ combo for like another 10 seconds. So what do? You don't look at Jarvan, you look at the Orianna, who has the ball, right? And she's going to ult your ass. So this is the same sentiment. When you look at this, don't look at this Blitzcrank. What I would be looking at is, okay, you can right-click him, fine. But look at the Xayah and look at, okay, who's missing and are they going to jump me, right? So you would start hitting this guy and then say, okay, Fiddle's over here. You start walking this way. And then, or you can stand here and you can bait out his ultimate, right? Like you bait out a Blitz hook and you counter with your jump. You bait out a Fiddle ultimate and you counter with your QSS flash or QSS jump is what I would do. Right. That was a nice Gragas ult, but yeah. The problem isn't that you went for it. The problem was that you went for it without kind of anticipating what could go wrong, right? What is it called? It's like the law that if something can go wrong, it will
Murphy's
go wrong.
Law.
Yeah, Murphy's Law. That's right. Have you seen Interstellar?
Yeah.
The movie? Yeah. That's where I remember that from. Murphy's Law. But yeah, especially in League of Legends, right? If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. Okay, what can go wrong here?
Well, I mean, TF is pretty weak. He could get hooked. Renekton could force an engage. Phil's backing, so that's good.
Right. So you got a 3v3 going on here. You guys tanking Baron. So when you see an objective, you must be triggered. So when I see this objective, it's like, okay, they want to start it. Okay, sure. Okay, I come help. Okay, now that you see Blitz and Xayah coming, it's not possible to do this, right? Because when you do kind of a Baron play, there are a lot of things to consider, right? So this is kind of Baron specific, but there are a few things you can do, right? One, you can rush it down, right? You've seen it before. Team is just like, okay, just kill the Baron and then smite it and you're good to go, right? If you can rush it down, a lot of teams would do that. Two, you can turn, right? You turn with a Thresh hook, right? You turn with Orianna ults over the wall, whatever. You turn with Malphite, it doesn't matter. Something you guys sit in the pit and you're gonna turn. Everyone stops doing the Baron, right? And those are your two main options. Can you do any of those options in this case?
No.
Right, exactly. There's no way. Unless Gragas can turn. But the tank is usually the one who doesn't want to turn, because if the tank turns, Baron hits the backline and everyone's sad. So in this case, there's no way to do this Baron. So you should just start running, right? There's just no way, right? Okay, TF recognized that. There's no way. So everyone's just getting out. And then, oh, wait, you flashed here?
Yeah, I was worried that Renekton was going to try and flash engage on me.
Okay. I see. But if he flash engage on you, do you die? Right?
I didn't. I don't think. Yeah, Blitz.
He already used this. He already tried to hook.
Oh, okay.
TF.
I didn't see him hook, and I saw him coming up, and I saw Renekton there, and so I just wanted to be safe.
That's fair. I mean, that's fair, right? You're anticipating his flash stun. Okay, that's good, right? That's very good. So your plan was to flash. That's fine. But yeah, whenever you see kind of like objectives, you should be triggered, right? This is a team game, right? So whenever someone makes the decision to do this, it is also everyone's decision to double check to make sure if this is the right call, right? Because if it's the wrong call, game's gonna get thrown really quick. So this is what happens, right? Game gets thrown because we recognize that the situation is impossible to win, right? No way to turn without backline getting hurt. No way to burst it down. No one has the damage. So you guys have to run. I think you can win this, right? If you jump in, right? Okay, nice. You just clean up. Nice. There's no way he gets away, right? He has no mana. He can't go anywhere. So there's a lot of classic solo queue going around. This is fine, right? This should be fine. If you QSS the stun, right?
Yeah. I was trying to save it because I thought there's no way he's going to live.
The thing is, what are you saving it for? Okay, so the thing with QSS is if you can get immediate value, you do it. And what I mean by immediate value is if you can like get someone's HP, or if you can bait them with it, you do it, right? Because a lot of times it'll go unused in a fight, right? So if you can get immediate value. I think I got triggered
by my flash because I used it when I didn't really need to, and then I was trying to save that. it was bad.
This is awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate. But the way you prevent this is you just use your QSS for a specific purpose, right? So
Yeah.
when we go look at this, what's the specific purpose here? You can't use it on Z anymore, unfortunately. Using on the Zy route doesn't make sense because if you get hit by it, you lost anyways, right? Because the damage is too much. So you can't get hit by that no matter what. And then that leaves your Nectin stun. So it's like being greedy with QSS, I guess, is what you call this. But this is just a mechanics thing. I wouldn't worry about this too much. This is just super unlucky, right? You're just fucking sitting in the bush. You're just trying to kill him, and he just like comes out with the stun. And all things considered, it didn't really make much of a difference, right? It didn't really change the outcome of the game, right? The real game changers are what, right? Trying to go for the bot lane tower, trying to go for the mid lane tower. You know, the Baron call. Kind of putting yourself in a situation where you can't win is what we're looking to prevent here, right? So what can go wrong if you hit this tower?
Fiddle could come out and kill me. My team could get engaged on, or someone could get picked in by blitz hooks, and
exactly. So,
I mean, I'm not there.
The way you kind of prevent this, okay, not saying that this is 100% bad, but if you want to split like this, you need to ward, right? That way you can give your team information. So if you can ward over this wall or something to that extent, that'd be really good. So this is also awkward. So if you know Fiddle can come, right? What is the plan, right? We'll come up with the plan right now. What's the plan?
Ward, get vision, be ready to back off, have QSS ready.
When Fiddle, the plan is when Fiddle ults over the wall, you said, prepare your QSS and prepare to back off, right? So we need to know the exact steps, right? It can't be like a general, oh, we're just gonna run away. We have to know exactly what we're gonna do, right? So
okay,
he's gonna ult over the wall. He's gonna fear you, right? And then you're gonna QSS and ult, or are you gonna QSS and jump, right? There's two important distinctions, right? You need to know exactly what he's gonna do, and you also have to make sure he fears you, because if he baits you with the silence and you QSS that and he fears you, you're screwed, right? So what's the plan? The plan should be, the mindset should be, my ult for his ult is good trade, right? Because your ult is just like damage and peel. His ult is game changing. So going ult for ult is fine. If you want to be greedy, maybe using your W is fine. But I would say W is really good for chasing him and stuff too, right? So maybe he screws up, you can W onto him, right? What if you wait for him to drain you, for example, you QSS ult and jump on him, then he loses, right? So if we like plan these steps ahead, right? So if we do this and I tell you Fiddle's coming in 5 seconds, and you create this plan, you can't lose, right? Because there's no way for Fiddle to screw you over, right? So it's important to if you don't have vision on them, you have to prepare for them to come out, right? You always have to create a plan for a plan of action for when they come out, right? It's kind of awkward that you got silenced after the fear, right? If I'm looking at this correctly, but even then you can still QSS that, right?
No, it didn't.
Yeah. So that's basically it's like, okay, one, get triggered when you see an objective, right? When you hit an objective, right? Should you be hitting this? And two, if you think you should be hitting it, what's the worst that could happen, and prepare for it, right? So if they have a Bard on the other team, how many times have you gotten Bard ulted and then you just lose the fight? Because every time Bard's on the other team, I get Bard ulted and I lose the fight. So that's like my kryptonite, right? So every time I see a Bard on the other team, I always think to myself, how can he ult me and what is my response, right? You're pushing out mid and you go ward and you're trying to hit the tower. If he ults me, what is my response, right? You always put yourself in a situation where if he hits the ult, they can't do anything, or if he hits the ult, you can flash out and bait his team, right? You always have to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, it's just like you're just gonna lose, right? It's just like randomly playing the game, if that makes any sense, right? If you don't have a plan of action, how can you like look to improve on the game, right? How can you improve? So
that makes perfect sense.
I don't know what's going on over there, but it was a nice try going to the top tower. It would have worked if you had like the plan in mind, right? Because Fiddle can't win unless he's obscenely ahead. But yeah. Okay, so now it's clear what you guys want to do, right? Everyone just 5-man top, and then let the bot and mid and Hibs get pushed in, right? Okay, what's going on? Okay, TF is getting dicked, and your team tries to help, so you're already too far gone.
Right.
So you guys split. Wow. Trinamir TPs. He should have ended the game, right? So how do we know? How do we know he should have ended the game?
Well, I mean, the Nexus is wide open. I'm pushing in as well. We could have... We have 2 inhibs down, and that looks like super minions pushing in.
Right. If the enemy is chasing and your split push is like ending the game, if he doesn't TP, the enemy is going to try and stop him back. So who's going to stop their backs? Your surviving members are going to stop their backs. So that's how we know. Okay, so Renekton is TPing to stop you.
This is pretty awkward.
This is quite awkward. So even if he wasn't full HP, oh, okay. So the plan here, it is absolutely fine to jump on him as long as you do what?
Have a plan. I should have QSS the stun rather than ulted him off.
That's all you need. Everything else is unnecessary when you have such big an advantage, right? You just press all 4 buttons and then make sure you QSS the stun and you win, right? So that's all you need. So oh wow.
Yeah.
It is kind of awkward. But now you know, right? So this is what happens when you don't have a plan, right? It's just kind of randomly playing, if that makes any sense, right? Sure, if you want to get deeper into it, what if he was full HP? Can you win full HP? Oh, then it gets harder, right? Then you have to be more specific about your abilities. But at the very least, you need to QSS the stun, right? So super awkward. Okay, you come back for this. Zed's already here.
I thought my E was going to do a lot more damage to the tower than it did.
Is it worth dying for this tower, though?
No. Not in retrospect. I tunneled, for sure.
I see. Okay. I would say most of the time, it's not worth, in solo queue especially, right? It's like, if you wanted this, what could you have done? You could have like waited for them to show up on the map before you did it, right? Stuff like that. So this is kind of awkward. It's very much okay. So I would say the biggest problem you have, from my perspective, is kind of focusing on like the objectives without asking yourself what could go wrong, right? League is not about like, oh, we want this objective, so we're just gonna start hitting it, right? Because the enemy is gonna try and stop you. So put yourself in their shoes, right? If I were him, how would I stop me, right? That's like how you win. That's how you win. If you know exactly how he's gonna stop you, then you're gonna win, 100%, right? There's nothing they can do, right? Classic example. If you come out of stealth as Twitch against the Syndra, what is she gonna do?
I mean, she's gonna try and stun me or ult me.
Right, exactly. So she's gonna Q ult you. She's gonna ult you immediately. She's gonna do any of those things. So how do you win against Syndra? You find a way to counter a stun, and then you win, right? As long as you can survive the burst, right? So how does Syndra win? Stun and then her ultimate burst. So if you have both things accounted for, you win, right? So if you have flash for her stun, and then you have Hexdrinker for her ultimate, boom, you can't lose, right? So as long as you can come up with a plan of action to counter what they have, right? Blitzhook, you have your jump. Renekton stun, you have your QSS. Anything along those lines, right? And you learn by creating these kind of plans of actions, right? Say Fiddle is like huge, and your plan is to QSS ult him, right? And then the Crow kills you because he's huge. Then you know for the future that if he's super strong, no plan you come up with is gonna win, right? Unless he wastes his abilities. So that's how you like kind of learn what's like right and what's wrong, right? Trial and error.
So do you come up with a plan? I mean, like say 5 minutes ago, you kind of know like if a team fight happens, or are you making the plan up like during the team fight?
Okay, so that's a great question. So what you should do is come up with it beforehand, right? Let's come up with it. This is a good example here. So in this game, I was like not playing well. I was just like not thinking. Brain is off. Okay, so do I press tab anywhere here? Okay, hold up. Here we go. Oh, okay. This is gonna be a mini exercise. Oh my god, I have.
Oh.
Right, give me a second. Oh, okay, it's just and boom. Okay, so they have Jarvan, Warwick, Katarina, Jhin, and Soraka, right? Okay, so if I'm playing the backline, we're doing this team fighting. What are the things that you are looking for? You're playing Caitlyn, okay? What are you looking for? What can screw you over, for example?
Warwick ulti, Jarvan engage, Katarina damage.
Oh, okay. Can't say engage. You gotta have specific abilities.
I mean,
What about
EQ
Jarvan?
or ulti.
Yes. Okay. EQ or ulti. And then Katarina, right? Katarina's aids. She's gonna jump on you and kill you, right? And then Jin ulti, Jin W, and lesser extent Soraka silence, but that usually doesn't happen, right? So, out of these things, how do you? Okay, let's walk through it one by one. How do you counter Warwick? I have a QSS, right? So how do you counter Warwick?
Okay, yeah, QSS.
Right, QSS is ultimate, right? Not the fear, his ultimate, right? So you have to stay away from the fear, right? And then Jarvan, how do you counter Jarvan?
I would have a defensive trap at my feet or a wall so that he can't get through it, and then I can E out of his ulti as long as I don't get hit by the
What if he
EQ.
knocks you up though? Do you have any plan against the knockup? Or you're just gonna stay out of range, right?
Yeah,
you can say
you have to just not get hit by that if you have to.
That's fine.
QSS.
Is there a way to counter his knockup though? If you were forced to, right? If Warwick is dead, his ult is not up. You don't need QSS for anything else. Can you counter his EQ combo, right?
You can flash it or you can E it if you see it coming in.
True. What I was getting at is that you can do those options. You also there's a third option. When he knocks you up, you can bait him into thinking he's won, and then you can QSS the knockup and net, right? That's one way, right?
Yeah.
Do you have anything you can do against Katarina?
You can trap the dagger and stay out of range.
Yeah, pretty much stay out of range. There's nothing you can do, right? Unless she uses her abilities and you can just net on her, right, and kill her. There's really nothing you can do, right? So all you have to do is watch out for Flash, Katarina engage, Warwick ulti, Warwick fear, Jarvan EQ combo, Jarvan ult, and then maybe Jin, right? So if you watch this team fight, I do everything incorrect, right? So we're hitting this Warwick for free, right? So this is nice, right? Watching someone else, right? After we're hitting someone free, bad positioning, whatever, go over the wall. Okay, so ask me how I die here.
How'd you die here?
After you watch this. Oh, there it is. Right? How did I die? Sorry, not ask me.
Katarina.
Tell me how I died, right? Okay, so Katarina killed me, right? So just this one simple thing. Stay out of Katarina flash engage range, right? She didn't even flash. She just went on me, right? That could have lost the game. Right? That's it.
Yeah.
That's game over. Game over. We don't deserve to win, right? So our job as the AD carry is to play in such a way that we bait everything out, right? Including that shit, right? If we had prepared our flash for this, right? If you told me Katarina is gonna jump at you the instant she gets in range, she has no flash, and you prepare your flash, you win, right? So if you had told me that, I would have won. I'd be watching Katarina this whole time, right? That's what we're trying to get at. We have to watch the things that are gonna screw you over, right? Don't worry about anything else if it's no longer a threat, right? So Jarvan ults me, it literally doesn't matter, right? Literally doesn't matter because there's no win condition here, right? Except for the Katarina. So if I don't flash this, it's over, right? So I could have easily walked away here, right? Would you agree with me? I could have just walked away from Katarina here.
Yeah.
Just press heal, just QSS, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But just if you like have one thing unaccounted for, it's over, right? So that's literally one thing. Sure, it's bullshit damage, but it's still my fault, right? So it's the same concept in here, except in this case, it's less about team fighting and more about, you're trying to get the objective, right? So what are the things that can screw you over? It really is actually still about team fighting. So the fiddle stuff, the Renekton stun, the Xayah root, which you have played around so well this game, right? If you played around all the other stuff as well as you played around the Xayah root, this would be like super clean, right? Super clean fighting. So yeah, look, if he can't stun you and this guy's taking too long to ult, whatever, they have no win condition, you can hit this guy for free. You killed him, right? Clean. You can kill this guy too, because you outscale him. Okay, you did get him, right? And you kill this Fiddle too, right? Because he has no answer, right? Is there any way for Fiddle to stop you?
No.
Right? Because you have QSS, right? So there's no way. You auto attack, he can't stop your auto attack because you QSS the fear. It's over. Okay, again, this stuff. Get more stuff. Okay, one thing to note is that you should be very wary about using your very important abilities, right? What are important abilities? Any kind of escape, any kind of ultimate is super important. QSS, flash, heal, any of that is super important. So if you use jump here, it better be worth it, right? So if he hooks you or whatever, it's because you didn't have your jump, right? So Yeah. Just avoid using abilities if you don't have to, right? Worry about that less, I would say. That's like not your main problem, but that's just something to consider, right? Because you did it with your ultimate too, like twice this game. That's just unlucky sometimes, but right, that's the reality of it. Sometimes unlucky, but sometimes sometimes just bad habits, right? So how do we know that this fight is won?
I mean, we got Dragon. They blew a lot, and I mean, missed most of it.
Yeah, exactly. They blew a lot and they missed, right? So you blow a lot and you miss, automatic loss. So they like went in without a plan, if that made any sense. How were they ever going to get in range? I don't even know. But your team just walked all over them, right? So even though you guys won, there were like a lot of chances for them to come back, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of chances. Would you agree that a lot of it was, preventable?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I would say like the biggest thing is really about preventing these kinds of don't put yourself in a position where you can't win, right? You've been doing that a lot when you go for the objectives. And then for the fights you can win, figure out exactly how you do it, right? You got QSS a lot, and you told me right now, you want to QSS a Renekton stun. You want to QSS the Fiddle Fear, right? You can even QSS Splits Hook, right? You can pretend to get hooked and then QSS jump, and then his whole team will get baited. I promise. As long as you have a plan of action, right? That's like the big thing, right? As long as you have a plan, right? You know they get the dragon. You want to push this out. You can't really get anything else. So you start hitting it to bait them to come down. Your plan is run the instant you see him, right? So as long as you have a plan and you execute it, that's like the big thing I want you to work on. Having a plan and executing, right? And 2, when you do an objective, you need to ask yourself what can go wrong, okay? And if you ever want to get an objective, the basics are, is it like 5v5? Do we have vision, right? One way to do it is push out the wave, right? So if you're trying to get mid tower, what do? You push out mid and you go ward the sides so they can't engage. And you go back to pushing mid. And then you can hit the tower because you see Fiddle, right? It's the same concept everywhere else. And no matter what, you need to have a plan, right? So this is kind of like awkward because, it's kind of panic situation. But if you expect them to come, you won't be surprised, right? The player who is surprised in League of Legends is the one who loses. Do you think that's accurate?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So if we can make it so that we are never surprised, we'll always win, right? So this goes to the laning phase too. I think your laning phase was absolutely fine. You just like kind of wrecked them, right? But it's kind of also subconsciously, right? If you had a plan to bait out this blitz hook every time you had jump, it would be really clean. So and also HP matters more than CS and wave control. But I would say the laning phase is not too much to worry about, right? Right, it's the more of this kind of situation where you really want the tower, but can you actually get it? And the answer is not really. No way to stop the Fiddle. Okay, he went to ward, right? Even with a ward, he's just over this stupid wall. That's just how Fiddle is, right? But honestly, you can say this is any champion. You can say it's Zac. You can say it's Sejuani. You can say it's I don't even know who's being played right now.
Zac.
Right, yeah, Zac. That shit's bullshit. Okay, I ban that every game. But yeah, it could have been almost any other jungler that's not named Kha'Zix or Graves or whatever. But any kind of CC jungler, right, that can go wrong. Like if you're against like Kha'Zix, for example, sure, yeah, maybe this will work. Especially when he wastes hook or something. But you have to play accordingly, right? Play against what they have. So that was mostly that was the first time that went wrong, right? Honestly, like this is fine. All the fighting stuff, even though I said, save your ultimate, don't use your jump unnecessarily. Don't worry about that too much. Worry about the kind of knowledge-based, thinking beforehand based stuff. Don't worry about the fighting stuff. Your fighting is good. Platinum 5. Like Platinum 2, Platinum 1. This is good for Diamond 5, honestly. I think your fighting is good. It's about making sure you don't put yourself in unwinnable situations, right? There's literally no universe where the Zed wins, right?
Yeah.
As long as you don't do that, you're good to go, right? As long as that is equivalent to you guys pushing mid when Tryndamere is not ready to push, right? It's the same kind of concept. Putting yourself in a position where it's not possible to win, right? 99 times out of 100, he's not going to get anything except losing his life, right? So It's the same. It's the same case with the mid push and the what was the other one? Oh, the top push against Fiddle, right? If you don't have a plan, 99 times out of 100, you're gonna lose. Maybe not 99 times. That's not giving you enough credit. More like 70, 75 times out of 100, you're not gonna win, and that's not good enough. We need to win 90 times out of 100 in order to consistently climb, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah.
If you ever watch like these, high elo smurfs like from unranked to challenger or some bullshit like that, this is what they do. They make 90% plays and sure they have 1 or 2 deaths, right? They'll make these 1 or 2 mistakes. And those are really bad mistakes, but at the same time, they've capitalized on everyone else's suicidal mistakes, right? Because everyone else makes more mistakes than they do. So, right? So, as long as we can prevent that kind of stuff from happening, right? Honestly, your map movement is fine. Going for the side lane is fine, right? All this is good. All this, looking for this is really good, right? A lot of players do not have the presence of mind to go for this because you have TFO, right? This is really good, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about the fact that you didn't get him. Don't worry about any of that. This is really good, right? Going for the side lane farm, coming to help mid, all clean decisions. This is all clean. I like it a lot, right? I like it a lot. This fighting, it's fine. It's good, right? It's just unlucky, right? The thing you need to worry about most is when you go for objectives, you need to ask yourself, setup, sure, whatever, but biggest thing is what can go wrong, right? What are you looking for in these fights? I know I sound like a broken record. I keep saying the same thing over and over again, but this is like the one thing. Did you ever raid in WoW? Say again?
Did you ever raid in WoW?
I did not, in fact.
Okay, well, our guild, we used to always say the difference between a high-level player and everyone else is that a high-level player knows every combination of abilities that the boss can drop on you. So it makes sense. I mean,
sounds about right, right? Yeah. Like the player most prepared with the most information is gonna win. There are plenty of higher elo players that have like low mechanics, right? But they know like the general strategy versus the people like the one tricks are the ones with the insane mechanics, but they kind of wrong place, wrong time, throw Baron kind of situation. So this is all good, right? All this is good up until like going for the we kind of already discussed this, but just like recap, I guess, right? The situations you should recognize is before you hit this, ask yourself, is this correct, right? Ask yourself, is this correct, right? Because everything else was good, honestly. Everything else before like this point in the bot lane tower was good, and then this was like the clear indicator of something's wrong, right? And then the QSS, you already know how to use it, right? The way to use your abilities to bait, right? Your QSS is you want the mindset is you want to get hit. You want to get hit. You want to get hit by Blitz Hook because 100% you're gonna W it, right? You want to get hit, right? So let's take out like, do I have paint in here? Okay, so say this is you, this is Janna, and this is Blitz, right? You want to be between Janna. You want to be between Janna and Blitz, right? Because there's only one target he can hit, and it's you, right? But if you're standing up here, he can hit 2 targets, right? So that kind of happens sometimes. So same concept with the Renekton thing, right? You want to get in melee range if you know you win after your QSS done, because he's gonna bait himself, go on you, try and stun you, you QSS and you won. That actually happened later in this game, right? Which is like the unfortunate you were trying to save. All right, right here, right?
Yeah.
Exact same scenario, right? You want him to go on you without a doubt in your mind because you already know you won. If you play this line, you've already thought it out. You already know you won. So keep that in mind as well, right? Whenever you're using like flash and heal and QSS and all that kind of stuff, jump especially too, right? All that stuff. Specific purpose. You want to get hit. You want to get hit. Getting hit is actually not necessarily bad, right? Sometimes you want to get hit, right? So for example, let me see if I can come up with something. Probably not anything in here actually. Maybe. Oh, what is this? Any questions, by the way, while I put this up, or anything you want to ask?
No. I mean, definitely. When you're picking up side lane farm, and I mean, like, is there anything that you look for specifically in terms of like I should not be going for side lane farm right now?
So, looking at this kind of game, right? You should not be going to side lane farm if they have not sent their like kind of assassin to you, if that makes any sense, right? So if they have a Fizz who's super strong at a lane, and you're playing like Varus or Ashe or whatever, and you go to a side lane farm before you see him show up in another lane, that's not right, right?
Okay.
Because what's the worst that can happen? He's gonna come into your lane, he's gonna kill your ass because you can't walk away. And even if he doesn't kill you, you show up in lane, he shows up in lane, what can you do? You have to go to a different lane. You wasted your time, right? So you have to wait in that case. You go mid, right? The standard cookie cutter build is go mid and then go to where you're needed, right? Go pick up the waves you're needed. Let your team match, right? So who do you want to match? You don't want to match Zed. You want to match Xayah Blitz. So TF versus Zed, Tryndamere versus Renekton, or TF versus Renekton, Tryndamere versus Zed, doesn't matter. Whoever's confident with whatever, and then you go to whatever's left, right? And the other time is if a team fight breaks out and you can help, you go help. You screw the farm, right? You go help. That's the general mindset, right?
Yeah.
A good way to learn this is you pull up any of these Korean Challenger replays, right? You'll see that's the exact same thing they do. They'll get the farm if they can, right? I don't know if I can find anything in time, but if you ever want resources, this is where you go, right? Just look up this stuff, go to videos, look for AD carries. Like here, Bang plays Xayah. If you want to learn Xayah, you like watch this, and you see what he does, right? So what I learned is that if a fight breaks out within one lane's distance, they go. They always go. Doesn't matter if it's 1v4. Doesn't matter if their team is like super screwed. Unless it's like unwinnable, they always go, right? So they always go help. They ignore the farm. Everyone runs immediately to fight, right? So whatever this shit is, literally everyone's together. They're always trying to fight. So they're always trying to help, right? So what you did in this game, no worries. I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. But here, this is like an example of like having. This is just a clear example of having a good plan, right? So tell me where I came up. Tell me what my plan was when you see this.
Okay, you QSS the Gragas ulti, you got out, and now you're just kiting backward.
That's
because it looks like your team's able to dive on their backline, so all you have to do is clean up the tanks.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you. So this is the general concept of. I didn't think that far, right? You were right that my team can clean up, they can go on the backline. I didn't think that far ahead. What I thought was the general idea that a failed engage is a loss, right? A failed engage by a team is a loss because then they get chased down, they have no abilities. So if you can guarantee a failed engage, you win. So how do you guarantee a failed engage? You bait them by going onto you because you're out of position when you're not really, right? If we weren't prepared for this, right? If I had no idea this Greg is here, 100% loss, right? Team would have lost Baron because I died for free. The difference between this being a good play and a bad play is me expecting it coming, right? He didn't do anything that surprised me, and that's what will win, right? The reason why they lost is because they're surprised they got out of this, right? They're all chasing in here, right?
Yeah.
See, they're chasing for half a second before turning around, and that's what made a difference, right? So it's about like you want to have the plan. In order to make this plan consistent, sometimes you need to get hit, right? Sometimes you need to get hit by stuff, right? So like the Tristana example, you need to get hit by Blitz Hook. In order to bait out the hook, right? You can't let him like second guess you. That's how you get screwed, right? So same thing with Renekton stun, all that other stuff. But yeah, have a plan. That's like the biggest thing. You gotta have a plan and execute, right? So if you go into your next few games, the things I want you to work on, right? There's two things you need to work on, and you'll like see massive improvement, right? So first thing is this is the micro part, like the fighting part. Okay, you want to fight. Everyone loves to fight. Everyone wants to learn how to have good mechanics. The secret is you need to have a plan for what they can do, right? And what I mean by what they can do is what kills you. If you have a plan for everything that kills you, you can fight. Feel free to fight however you want, as long as you have a plan for whatever kills you, right? The CC's the big one. Big damage, Syndra ult, Ori ult, right? But the big one is like the CC, the fear, the silence, Blitz Hook, right? That shit. Xayah E, right? Have a plan for that and execute. So that's like the mechanic side. The biggest point I want you to work on is whenever you see an objective, ask yourself what can go wrong, and then you have to play around it. It doesn't matter if you guys are already pushed up and hitting a tower. If you realize that it is not right, you have to run immediately, right? Just spam back ping, don't go, right? That's like the biggest thing that you should work on, in my opinion. Like next 10, 20 games, if you can work on that, solely just thinking about, okay, is it okay to hit this objective? Like, what can go wrong if I go for this thing? If you can, like, prevent all the kind of being and putting yourself in a bad situation where you can't get away from, no matter how good your mechanics are, you're just gonna win a lot more games because everything was good, right? Your laning was good, rotations were good, going for silent was good, fighting was good. It's just the kind of tunnel visioning on the objectives that got you killed and kind of through the game, right? So if you can focus on that specifically, I think that you'll see like really like clear improvements in your like games, especially like just go into your game thinking that the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll promise you'll see improvement, right?
Absolutely.
Any other questions? I think that's about.
Nope.
That's what I think.
Covered exactly what I wanted. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Sorry if it sounded like a broken record the whole time, but I try to put a huge emphasis on what I thought was important. But let me know how those things go, and if you have any questions, of course, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Right.
Yep.
You know how to find me. So yeah, I think that's about it for today.
All right. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, dude. Good luck, man, and I believe in you. Like, definitely shows that you can be better than everyone else at your rank. This game, at least. As long as you can fix that one thing, you're good to go. Right. That one thing. Cool.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Good luck, man. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon, I guess. Right.
Yeah.
All
Thanks,
right, man.
man.
See you later.
Catch you later.